Brawl News. What's up guys, it's your boy Ricerino here and welcome back to another Brawl News segment, and today we're going to be taking a look at the upcoming Brawl Star balance changes which was shared by the bigger content creators. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. Alright guys, so first things first, quick disclaimer, Supercell did not disclose this information to me beforehand. I'm not part of the content creator team. Instead, I got this information from Lex Brawl Stars as well as Ash Brawl Stars, who created a community post. Really helpful, so shout out to both of them for sharing this information firsthand. But anyways guys, we're going to be taking a look at the first balance change right now. In general guys, this balance change is going to be primarily buffs rather than nerfs, as there is 6 buffs, 2 nerfs. So yeah, a lot of brawlers are definitely getting stronger. And we're going to be starting with the first one, which is going to be 8-Bit. His health was increased from 4,300 to 4,800, which will definitely help him a lot in the mode that he specializes in, if you guys know what I'm talking about, Showdown. While we know that for a fact that his star power Second Life got removed, he's still definitely very strong in Showdown. Probably one of the strongest brawlers simply because high health, big range, a lot of damage, and in general, in Showdown, the primary purpose or the way to win Showdown is not play aggressive, but rather play passive and play safe, if that makes sense. So overall, this update or this buff for 8-Bit is going to make him a lot more viable in Showdown. The next buff coming up is definitely going to be a much needed one in my personal opinion. It's going to be a Colette buff, and she's going to be getting 2 buffs specifically. One is it's going to increase her super charge rate by 100%. Definitely going to help her a lot in terms of finishing enemies, because her super is pretty important for finishing them off. And also guys, her normal attack reload speed is going to be increased by 11%, which overall helps her definitely cycle to her super a lot faster, and in general just do a lot more damage. And I think after this balance update or this buff, Colette would definitely be a lot more viable. I would say before this, she was definitely maybe a 5 out of 10, but definitely not a strong brawler in my personal opinion. But hey, I believe now she might be viable. The next buff coming up is going to be for your girl, and she's going to get an increased reload speed by 5%. Nothing too significant in my personal opinion, 5%, but however, definitely going to make her a little more oppressive in laning phase, especially since you can't basically walk into her or else you're basically dead. She's known as a tank shredder. Just in general, literally destroys people if you walk into her without getting close to her, if that makes sense. But overall guys, I think Ems is now going to become like what, an 8 out of 10 brawler. Still really good against randoms, especially because most of the time they'll walk into EMZ, or oh my god, EMZ, my bad, I mean Ems, and all you can literally do is just spam them down and just spam your super for the rest of the game in Brawl Ball, and they're just hopeless. The next buff is going to be for Anita, and she's basically going to get an increased reload speed as well. There's a lot of reload speed buffs this season, and it's going to be a buff up by 12%. That means she's going to be attack a lot more, she's going to be able to summon her bear boost a lot more. Definitely going to get a little more oppressive in general. As I can see, Brawl Stars is definitely shifting to the higher health and higher damage side. But also guys, the second part of the buff is super important in my personal opinion. But now, Nita's bear Bruce can move while using the gadget Bear Paws, and this is so important guys, because as you guys all know, in the past when Nita used the Bear Paws gadget, it used to be OP, you could just throw it, stun people, but now literally Bruce would just stand still for like 1 second expecting to catch anyone with a stun. Like what? But now that he can actually move, I can definitely see the stun hitting more often than usual, which is also a very good thing. So I'm super hyped for this update, although the new gadget seems pretty promising. The last buff on the list is going to be going to Gale. He's also going to get a main attack reload speed buff, and he's basically going to have faster reload speed by 14%. Not much to say besides the fact you become more spammy like the other brawlers with the super. But anyways, let's go on to the nerfs right now. The first nerf coming up is definitely going to be a much needed one. It's going to be for Max. She, not he, finally got it right guys, but basically she's going to be getting a 50% nerf in terms of her run and gun efficiency, which is her star power, which charges her super as she walks. This is really good simply because Max was honestly like so hard to control. Like literally she would get her super 24/7, run you down, and there's not much you can do about it simply because number one, she does a lot of damage. Number 2, she has a gadget which she can basically become invincible for a few seconds. Not a few seconds, but like a second and dodge your attacks. And in general, it's just really hard to counter her. But overall, I think she's still going to be a really strong brawler, but definitely going to be a lot less effective now that her running gun star power has been nerfed. The last nerf coming up is not going to be a surprise at all to any of you guys, and you guys probably guessed it, but it's going to be Bose tripwire gadget. It's going to be a nerf. Basically now, guys, there's going to be a 1.5 second delay where you have to activate in advance, and during this time the traps will still remain invisible, meaning the enemies can't see it. But here's my big question, guys, it's kind of confusing me. Typically, you know, when people walk on top of bow mines, they become like they can see it because, you know, it's literally like, you know, blaring, and that kind of raises the question, like, I do see a point in activating this gadget so that you can time it like right when they're about to, like right when they step on it, they'll activate immediately without that thing. But is it really worth it now? Like, because you have to remember that Bo's other gadget, which is the totem, is honestly still super viable, like super good. And now that like this gadget kind of seems kind of mediocre, I don't really know anymore if this is the best gadget, but we'll see when it comes out. Hey guys, thanks for watching to the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you smash that like, comment, and maybe subscribe to me. It would help a lot. But anyways, that's all for today, and I'll see you soon.